Tiny House Live. Tiny House Live. Tiny House Live. Yes, my friends, yes. For a short time with me, we are, I should say, going to space. Going to space. Lovely place to be. I'm so glad to be here tonight with you. I thought I was all comfortable until this moment. I'll pick another camera. Good evening to you. Good evening to you. Yes, this is your professor coming to you high above the hills of Petticoat, way high, because tonight I'm all the way up in the Inspirational Space Station. All the way up in the Inspirational Space Station with you. And everything all right out there? My screen just froze over here on me. Let me double check my reality with you. There I am. Things are good. They're all good. They're wonderful because I see you are already there with me, lining up, coming in. It's a wonderful place to be tonight. Magical things happen in my little world, and tonight is a great example of that. That's what I'm going to tell you right there. Because why? You know, I find my atmosphere and environment changing around me all the time, which is not unusual in here. Where am I? Tiny House Live. That's right. Tiny House Live. That's right. Hello, everybody. So glad to hear you. So glad to see you. Hey, Gary, here at the beginning of a show. What do you know? Nixie is here, of course. Bruno Lima. Hello, dear. Rosanna, thank you for being here. Lady Ladana. Oh, my goodness. Aline, hello. Dub Nation. Love that. Aline said, of course you're here. And Mackenzie, where'd we be without you? People will be falling in. Hola, Thela says. And that's because, my friends, we do cover quite a territory these days. We've got great representation and wonderful, lovely people from all around the planet who drop into Tiny House Live, and we like to share our wisdom and share our stories and bring other performers to you that you may not expect sometimes. And it's a great example of that tonight, because really I'm working up to bringing my first guests in, and I'll tell you about them in a little bit. But right now we're just kind of all getting our little dog and pony act under the circus tent started. And once again, I'm so glad to hear you. I am your professor here with you on Wednesday nights, just as always. Wouldn't be any other place, although I'll tell you something else in a few minutes too, but that's another story there. See, I've got lots of roads for us to divert off to tonight. I've got my Inspirational Space Station warmed up and ready to go. I thought, you know, one thing you don't know about my space station is it has a quantum flux capacitor in it that allows me to mess with the space-time continuum. So when I get up here and I bring you up here with me, we actually have the ability to look back on time. See, time has already passed, so it's kind of irrelevant or irreverent, whichever. And this way we can actually look back on time and look at these moments that we miss so much. But unfortunately, my Inspirational Space Station does not have the ability yet to look forward into the future, which scares me anyway. That's one of the reasons why we come up here, to get away from all the craziness down on the planet Earth that we're subjected to on a daily basis, when all we really want to do is eat good, sleep good, and love good. Am I right? Where am I? Tiny House Live. Tiny House. That's right. Let's calm down a bit. No preaching. No preaching on the show. No preaching. Just big hellos to everybody coming in and saying hi to everybody. Catching. Where is Isis? That's a good question. Shoot. Well, stop the show. No, we're fine. We're fine. I'm sure wherever she is, she's tuned in. That's how she is. That's how she is. So once again, glad to have you here with me. I got to tell you briefly before we get started into a good amount of music tonight. I hope you guys feel like dancing a bit tonight. I hope you feel like learning something a bit about the Sonoma County, the Northern California music culture that I've been fortunate to be a part of for many years as audio engineer and recording guy and now video guy. And so in the past years, I've been able to document a lot of stuff. I've gone through 16 years of recording stuff and documenting it all right now onto a hard drive that's going out soon to a dear friend. That's 16 years worth of recording right there. Archive, my friend, archive. And but that was before that. You see, I was burning. Oh my God, they were so heavy. I was burning CDs and DVDs. You see, and each of these binders right here hold about maybe 200 shows, and these are all live shows that come off of the board mix that I did for the most part. And they exist. I think I've got 14 of those. So 14 times 200, somebody will have to tell me. Either way, what I'm really trying to tell you is archiving is really important to me, and that's one of the reasons I've really like to focus on the history of, I say Sonoma County, but really I mean Northern California, because everything within the San Francisco Bay Area kind of homogenates into a scene to some degree, because we all share so much between Marin County and Sonoma County and Mendocino County and, of course, San Francisco, Oakland. It's an amazing homogenous thing that happens up here. So tonight, that's what I'm going to do. Is I've actually gone back and I thought, I need to go through some of the material and maybe not miss what I feel like I've lost. Maybe just love what I had. And look for a place to move on from. And so it's a great way for me tonight to share some wonderful recordings that I did in my houseman Bubba, all at the Redwood Cafe. I've gone through and I picked out some of my favorite live edits just to be able to bring specific moments to you. I put them all on a poster so you could kind of all see what they were. I'll kind of stop back and forth between each of them and promo them up a little bit to move on. But yeah, I've got about an hour and 15-minute show for you, something like that. There she is. Isis, hello, dear. There you go. See, now the show can begin. Right? Tiny House Live. Tiny House Live. And it has begun with you right here with me all at once. Here we are, Tiny House Live right in Northern California, high above the hills of Petticoat. Up here tonight in my inspirational space station. Glad to have you with me. And I think we're going to shortly dive straight into, matter of fact, maybe that's what I'll do. I think I'll preface up the first live piece of music we'll go into. And I'll be talking a little bit later about who's coming in as live performers. I do have some live people coming in very soon. And a couple other things coming along my way in this tiny little world that I live in that I share with you. And so on that note, let's just kind of start off where we were in 2019 with one of our favorite local bands in Sonoma County and the North Bay once again. That's the Pulsators. And the Pulsators threw together a great show with so many people involved. It was an amazing part to be a part of it, of this production. And for me, to get a video down on it was amazing. So it's one of my favorite clips. We're going to begin the show tonight with the Pulsators New Year's Eve show with all kinds of special people. And we're going to end the show tonight with the last piece with guest Danny Sorrentino, ending the whole thing up when we're all done. And it's going to be just a wonderful little trip around the world with Bay Area musicians. I hope you like it, realizing this is where it all comes from. It really does. It comes from this community. We've been fortunate to have such a strong music community in Sonoma County and the North Bay, and I've been even more fortunate to be part of it. So what can I say about that? I don't know. Other than maybe we should just beam me up. All right, let's just do this. Here's the first one. This right here will be, what'd I say? Yes, the Pulsators, New Year's Eve, 2019. What fun we had. What fun. Oh, what fun I'm having right now, queuing things up. Hello, good evening. Here we go, 2019. Put on your time machines.
It takes to find love. But there you are, there you are. It took a miracle to make it this far. But here we are, here we are. It's good to know that you are by my side at the start of every day. Now you are the one who keeps me satisfied every step of the way. Whoa, it took a miracle to find your love. But here we are, here we are, here we are, here we are. When I am down, you always pick me up. We find a way to carry on. With you, I know that I can always hang tough. 'Cause deep down inside, you make me strong. Whoa, every day's a miracle when I'm with you. Here we are, here we are. It's like a miracle, a dream come true, yeah. Here we are, here we are, here we are, here we are. Are you with us out there? Make some noise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. You go where you wanna go. You got your own thing. You got your own thing, baby. You're checking it out now. You're doing the things you should. Things are working out, girl, just like you knew they would. Yeah, you're feeling better. Ooh, you're looking so fine. I'm feeling so much better, baby. You finally found a job. Hey, oh yeah. You're looking around you, girl. You're singing a brand new tune. You're taking the wood out. Think about what you wanna do. You ain't got no time for nobody. Try to slow you down, girl. Put your feet back on the ground. Yeah, you're feeling better. Ooh, you're looking so fine. I'm feeling so much better, baby. You finally found a job. I don't want no trouble from you. I don't want no trouble from you.
That's right. You got it. The Pulsators. The Pulsators, and as you see, this lineup with the Pulsators builds out into quite a group of musicians as the evening goes on. We do close out the evening with a great little piece by Danny Sorrentino, which I consider to be why is it so smoky in here? What happened while everybody was gone? Anyway, can't be me. My night is sponsored by Little Something, unofficially. Anyway, glad to have you here with me on this wonderful evening. Joining me on my tiny house time machine tonight, little travels to the past. And I'm, as we look back, there's a bunch of good things just like that. And once again, this is like energy from all around the Bay Area, all around our North Bay, all around our Sonoma County in general. And that's where I pull a lot of these people into. By the way, a lot of people, I want to say the majority of people you see tonight as the musicians of these bands have all been in my tiny house live show at one point or another to sit down with me and share our stories and maybe play some music with me. And that's always a really good thing, because it's sharing is caring. They keep telling me sharing is caring. There you go. And teamwork makes the dream work. Somebody's got to come up with maybe we should work on that. We'll come up with some new things we can say that they haven't been heard so much. I've got some more stuff for you. I want to kind of preface each one of these by maybe telling you a short story, because the video that's coming up next the man who wrote the song is a dear friend. We worked together a long time through shows at the Mystic Theater, and of course, God, where else? God, I think we can even go back to Magnolias, I believe. That's Jeffrey Halford and the Healers, and Jeffrey wrote one of my favorite songs in the world. And Jeffrey has also been in here before, and I'm gonna have to have him come back, because I really need him to play this song solo. That's right, Bob McBain. Bob McBain knows. Glad you're here, Bob. Teamwork is dream work, unless you work for DreamWorks, and then it might be a different story. I don't know. I've never worked there, but I'd like to. I could. My dreams work all the time. Actually, that's not true. I don't dream. I really don't. I don't know why. I like to think that I prefer to live out my dreams as opposed to just mash them up in my head at night when time doesn't really matter. Yes, it's me. So great to see you here, Bob. Hello, Bruna. Glad everybody's checking in. Love to see everybody here. I know each and every single one of you. We converse regularly. I love it. And is it that time for me? I didn't have an alarm that went off. There it is. Yeah, it's just time to throw some shout-outs to Thaila, who recently just launched the Eric's She Devils EM fan page. I've been blessed to be asked to be part of it, representing the male component of the She Devils. That's me, and I'm pleased. I'm so pleased to be able to do that. I'm having a super great hair day today. I am, really, seriously. Well, I bought some new product. No, I didn't. I just like to shower and bathe regularly. Make sure I appear in a presentationally professorial way. That's why I even wear this jacket when it's 95 degrees out. And of course, these glasses just totally speak for themselves, which basically do have a short story. I ordered these glasses online. They came to me through readers.com. They should pay me a percentage. And I said, oh, these are not the ones I ordered. These are absolutely ridiculous. And then I looked at them. I said, absolutely perfect. So that's why I chose them, and I use them only on this show. You will not see me wearing these glasses in public. I'm much more reserved in public. So I'm just saying. What's going on over here? What's going on? What are we talking about? Yes, the She Devils. I'm telling you, there's going to be some brouhaha. There's going to be some balderdash. There's going to be some ballyhoo. Whatever all that means on that fan page. So if you're not already part of it, check with Thaila right there. She's the admin of it. I think that's how we started this, right? And I'm going to have my little components I'll be glad to add in whenever they come up in my world, And what are you ashamed? Who says who's ashamed? I don't know. I love the fact that we cover a lot of territories, we cover a lot of language, we cover a lot of time zones for that matter. So those of you watching live, Thaila, what time is it in the morning where you're at? And Isis, how about you? And Bruna, what time is it where you are? I'd really like to see this, because I have a feeling you people are waking up at 3 and 4 in the morning to listen to my voice. which I've told I actually have a good 3 a.m. voice. I was going to work for a jazz channel, the Jazz Channel. Quiet storms, soft and warm. But then I said, no. The more ridiculous side, Frank Zappa side of life is much more accustomed to me. Just look around, and that's why we're here. So anyway, I've gone on long enough. We've probably got something else to go into. I know as I get my little rhythm down for switching my sections back and forth. That's right. I promised you, my good buddy, Jeffrey Halford. And at 5:20 in the morning for you, Thela, bless your heart. Bless your heart. It's 23:21. You see, in America, that means nothing, Bruna. That's like talking metrics to somebody who covers inches. We were never allowed to understand the you know. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's just all over the planet. That's what I'm saying. Dubstep Nate was 22:22. Is this military time? Is this military time? Is that what we're working on? I'm not working on military time. I'm up in space, and you are here with me. We revolve around the sun. Not vice versa. That's just my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right. Where are you? 11:21 where you are, Bruna. There you go. Thank you. See, now all of a sudden the world makes sense. Well, that's not too late. You can consider this a bedtime story. I'm a little silly tonight. That's probably a good thing. Where are we? Tiny House Live. Tiny House Live. That's right. Here we are, Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. plus. I never really know. But, I'll just keep going because that's what I love to do. What did I promise you? Jeffrey Halford and the Healers. Now, Elvis actually shot the television out in his house. He actually shot the television out in his house. And Jeffrey Halford is going to tell you why Elvis shot the television. Right now, I love a good story. And I love Jeffrey Halford and the Healers, too, by the way.
Jumpsuit and a purple lei. Well, dinner time he had just left the buffet. He took the elevator up to his room. Man, he was whistling, dust my broom. Oh, silver pistol on a velvet bed. He watched the TV just to clear his head. Mr. Goulet came on the screen. That's when he emptied the magazine. And Elvis shot the television. He shot the television. He shot the RCA. Elvis shot the television. He shot the television. He shot the RCA. Man, he was loaded. The tubes exploded. He shot at Bobby Goulet. The colonel came in with the cleanup crew. The hotel doctor said, man, too many blues. The fireman came in from the sound of the bell. Welcome to the Heartbreak Hotel. And Elvis shot the television, shot the television, shot the RCA. Elvis shot the television, shot the television, shot the RCA. Exploded, he shot at Bobby Goulet. All right, I want that table in the back to come on up on the dance floor now, people. Come on. I know it's late. Bubba, come on, get up here, man. Mark, play one for Elvis, man. Stop, look and listen, baby, that's my philosophy. Stop, look and listen, baby, that's my philosophy. Well, we call it rubbernecking, baby, that's my philosophy. Well, stop, look and listen, baby, that's my philosophy. With rabbit ears, Bobby sang he brought those women to tears. Oh, Bobby. Oh, Elvis came in and he heard that sound. That's when he emptied another round. And Elvis shot the television, he shot the television, he shot the RCA. Elvis shot the television, he shot the television, he shot the RCA. Man, he was loaded.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, yes, crazy and surprising like your bacon jam. That's exactly what I was going for with that little compilation of things I'm going to get. You remember my bacon jam? Clearly, Ali remembers my bacon jam. And if you're curious about my bacon jam and any of the things that I've actually cooked on the show, because I actually have cooked on this show, I was inspired by Giada de Laurenta from the Food Network, and I went, I'm going to do it. So I made a couple of dishes they're all on the Viral Media Art YouTube channel, of which you are watching right now. And while I have your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen, where am I? Tiny House Live. Turn right. Tiny House Live. Please take an opportunity sometime during this evening to go down there and click that little subscription where it says subscribe. It doesn't mean you're going to pay me money. All it means is you're going to show me some interest. And that interest actually may bring me some money at some point just for doing these crazy things I love to do. Why do I do this? Well, partly because I can. And the rest of it is because I just love sharing my little world with you, and I love bringing people into my world to do crazy things or the things they love to do best, or sometimes unexpected things which they didn't even know they could even do in the first place, and that's half the fun. When I come back after this next little block, I'll tell you a couple people who are going to be coming in to play live. Oh, time's changing on me. I can feel it already. All right. It's telling me to go. It's time to go. Where are we going next, Professor? Only I know. It's, my friend Aki Kumar. Aki has a really interesting story. He started off in India, I believe, being a lawyer or a banker and doing something very, very stable in his life, and then decided, no, I want to be a harmonica player. Moved to the United States, and he's a damn good harmonica player. He was supposed to be in my season 7. All the crazy storms we had last year kind of stopped us from having him travel all the way here to do the show. So I'm going to play this video tonight of a great song. Which one would I choose tonight? Keep on Loving Her, and from the, these are all edits once again from the Redwood Cafe, and I'm looking back with warmth and love on what it is we accomplished as a community together. And I'll say 2 years. It was actually a little under that, but we did a lot, my friends. We did a lot, and it's something to be remembered. And that's what I'm doing here tonight. So you'll see a lot of your friends. If you're local, you'll see a lot of your friends in all these bands that are playing tonight. And if you're not, please, I hope you're learning something about the music of the North Bay and San Francisco area and Santa Rosa and Sonoma County in general. It's a wonderful place to live. It's creative, and I've been fortunate to be a part of it for, I'll say 30 years, almost 40 kids when I really start counting. And I try not to count too much. What did I promise you? Aki Kumar, yes, from India. And by you got to love his colors. That's all I'm going to say. You'll see why I said that. It's so traditional. But have you ever heard Indian blues? Have you ever heard? And this is all dance stuff to some degree tonight. So know that I'm going this way most of the evening tonight. Indian blues. What would it sound like? Huh? This is it. Aki Kumar. Oh, and Rome on guitar, by the way. Hello.
don't know the reason why. I said goodbye, baby, if it's hard and gone. I know it's gonna hurt, but it won't last long. I just keep loving, just keep loving her, just keep loving her. Don't know the reason why. Yes, I just keep loving, I just keep loving, I just keep what? I just keep loving. Yeah, I just keep loving her. Don't know the reason why. Yeah, go, yeah, go.
Well, my friends, right there, Aki Kumar live from the Redwood Cafe edits. Somebody asked, when was this? And I got to say, mid to late 2019. That's what I'm gonna suggest. I could have and would have given more time. I've gotten all my timings down on these, but I chose to spend my time pulling this material together and being able to present it to you. So I hope you like this. By the way, these are all, when I guess it was 2020 happened, we all did the shutdown, everything stopped. I immediately started doing rebroadcasts of the Redwood Cafe live shows. The very same week. We were down on a Monday. I was up on Thursday running rebroadcasts. And I did that for almost a full year during the first part of COVID. I think, for those of you who remember, it was a really helpful thing. It maintained a community of dance people who love to come out and dance to good live bands playing in front of your face, and that's what, of course, Aki Kumar was one of those, as well as many of the people that I'm looking at tonight. So what I'm doing is just humble praise to all the people who not only get on stage and play in our live venues, but also all of you who go out and dance and enjoy the atmosphere and support the venues that do this. It's such a tough spot right now. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this, because our timing for live dance clubs in this county, as somebody who's been engineering in here for 30 plus years, I'm working at a grocery store. So there you go. By the way, I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. That's not a diss. I'm loving my job daily. It is now affording me the opportunity to be able to support myself while I do this here with you. And that's really super important to me. So that being said, my life is going on so smooth by some of you who've jumped in and helped me when I needed you the most. So I'm not going to go back and go through all those details. But yes, and once again, that was Aki Kumar, yes, from the Redwood Cafe edits that I've got. And I'm forgetting Rome's last name. Incredible guitar player. He accompanies Aki with a lot of stuff they do. They make a really nice team. And as some of you might know, I had Aki and Rome scheduled for a season 7 visit in here, but weather was in the crazy way. And we're going to reschedule. I really want to get him in here. I just want to he lives in the South Bay, I believe. So I want him to come in when he's going to be in the area and then come in and share this. Where am I going next? Because I'm going to do one more song. I'm going to come back and I'm going to update a couple of performers who are coming in. I can easily see this is going to be a 2-hour show, so you might as well get ready to uncork that bottle or sit back and put your feet up, or even better, push the couches out of the way and get ready to dance for some stuff, because I've got one of our best dance bands, at least when it comes to outdoor festival stuff. And I know at the Redwood Cafe was easily true there, and the Windsor Green and all the things that the band Soul Section does so well. That's who I want to play next. And when we come back, we're going to do a little update on performers coming in. And then after that, amazingly, kids, we are going to have our Eric Martin moment. Are you ready? All right, that's the order right there. Soul Section, dance your ass off, come back, update a couple shows, our Eric Martin moment. And then we'll continue on with our reality from there. It's a simple story here in Tiny House Live, and I'm really glad you're here with me tonight. It's really what it's all about. You know what?
And you people, you're all astronauts on some kind of Star Trek.
Yes, you are, right here with me on Tiny House Live. Wait a minute.
You are getting messages from outer space.
I knew that already, William S. Burroughs. Thanks for your enjoyment. Thanks for your attention. Thanks for the pleasure. Thanks for allowing me to be in your house, wherever it may be, all around the planet right now at the same time. It just boggles my mind from where I came with original recording years ago. Boggles my mind. I'll have a conversation on that at some point. Right now, though, I'm queuing up for our next adventure. And where is that, you're saying, Professor, right about now? Yes, it's Soul Section. And oh my God, I forgot the song, but it doesn't matter. It's a great dance song. Let's just go do it.
That's
and come
cool.
back
Fuck the ice.
with our Eric Martin moment.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow! All right. You got to know how to pony. The pony Maroney. Mashed potato to the alligator. Put your hands on your hips and let your backbone slip. Do the what you say, like my little Lucy. Oh, all right. Yeah, feel pretty good, yo. Feel all right. I said, nah, 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 nah. Oh, help me sing it one time. Nah, 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 nah. Let it blow, read it.
was it. That was my cue. That was the thing. I did it right. I did it right. I said na 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 na. Come on now, you got to help me sing it one time. Na 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 na. Playing me with a long tall Sally. Yes, you say. Doing what you said. Roll on your backside. I like it like that. Do that jerk now and watch me work, y'all. Okay, babies. Well, I'm gonna sing one. They're gonna sing one, and you're gonna sing two. 1, 1, 2. Nah. Come on, band, sing a little. All right, people, let's do it. Oh, sing like you got dessert in you. Wow, to it. Wow, to it. Loud, to it. Loud, have me. 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 Wow. Oh, help me sing it now. Oh, help me do it now. Oh, help me. Oh, help me. Oh, help me do it now. I love to do it now. Thank you so much. We're in the soul section. So much again. Come on. Thank you so much for choosing us tonight. I know there's a lot going on. Oh my.
Yes, and if I haven't said so already, welcome to the Inspirational Space Station, high above the hills of Petacotia, all the way up here above the atmosphere, although it wouldn't seem so like right now. We got to clean up our atmosphere and our planet. It's starting to leak into my thruster capacitors, and it's wreaking havoc, especially on the brakes. It was fun. You know, I hope to introduce to you tonight some fun stuff that's happening in our county. Some of it's just amazing stuff. Actually, most of it is, frankly. Gary Chateau believes so. Look at that, 3 hands clapping. Is there a higher praise than 3 hands clapping? I love Bruno Lima's 3 faces laughing. That's fun. That's fun. And more hands clapping for Rosanna. I love it. Thank you. I'm glad you agree, because these are all choice edits out of my little archive that I created through video that I filmed at the Redwood Cafe with the help of my good buddy Bubba, who engineered all the house tracks, and I've gone back and cut all these out, remastered them. In other words, brought them a little higher. I could rearrange some things acoustically and performance-wise to make them even better than they are. And that's what you're seeing tonight. It's kind of the results of some remastering of live material from the Redwood Cafe, all presented to you because why? Because I can. That's not what's supposed to be there. We're not blasting off anywhere. We're still right here. Maybe we should. I have so much material tonight, I probably should, frankly, just move right on to the next. Because my goodness, what do I have after something like that? Oh, I know. I promised you that Eric Martin moment. That's what this big buildup is all about. That's what, and as long as we're all the way out in interplanetary space, and we're talking about possibly the planet Orion, we might also be talking about the band Stark Raving Mad. And Donovan, I don't know where you're at tonight, but much props go out to you anytime I mention Stark Raving Mad. And yes, my friends, time to light up, give those big starry eyes, the kissy emojis, and the Erics with all the exclamation points in line. It is that time for your Eric Martin moment. These are all things, by the way, that I've gone through and dug up out of the past through my help of my good friend Tony Stover, who comes in here, and we do a lot of fun stuff with all of that. Look at the chat line light up with the loves and hearts and emojis that come up with the man. And I have a deep respect for him as well. Not only, musically, actually just a person, human being wise, frankly. And that means more to me. I've known a lot of rock stars. It doesn't really matter to me. What matters is what kind of human being are you? And I want to tell you right now, what you see when Eric comes in on this show is exactly what you see when Eric is allowed to be Eric. And it's an amazing thing. He's such a warm, wonderful, generous, and funny person, quick-witted, and I think if you go back and watch any of these original videos that we did in when he first came in with the first Stark Raving Mad show that we did in celebration of Donovan Stark and the whole band Stark Raving Mad, and how they brought Eric into their scene and how that took him off. These are some of the first original tracks that came out of that scene and out of those recordings. Some of them I've released. I believe one of them I just put on the Eric She-Devils page, and that was one that even Eric hadn't even had in his collection. So I'm uncovering things because I live in this county and I know people, and we're getting this all together. So I can see the hearts lighting up. I've built up the drama long enough. When I come back, I'll be announcing a couple of the up-and-coming performers who are equally as good in their own way. You may not know them as well, but God, Eric Martin, my gosh. What can you say? What can you say about our singer dude? All right, we're going to blast off to a galaxy far away and visit Orion. Originally, I played this on that show, Stark Raving Mad Show. Thank you, Donovan. And I'm going to play it once more here because it fits perfectly within our interstellar, our whole inspirational space station visit tonight. And thank you for being here with me tonight. It's a wonderful place I live on. I'm so glad to bring you up here off of that crazy planet we live on, even if it's just for a few minutes. And wait a minute, where are my thrufters? I got to get the after thrusters working, otherwise we're not going anywhere. All right, okay, I've got it. Okay, hang on. Here we go. We're going. There, it's all making sense to me, and that is the important part. All right, my friends, I'll be back in a minute. And
one of the most recognizable constellations in the sky is Orion, the Hunter. Among Orion's best-known features is the belt, consisting of 3 bright stars in a line, each of which can be seen without a telescope.
there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? I'd like to think so. I'd like to think so. All kinds of good things happening here in Tiny House Live tonight, including me, including you, all of us here together in 1/8 is something amazing. I'm just happy, and I'm going to use the word giddy. Is that okay? Can I use the word giddy? I think that's kind of... Where is Donovan Stark? That's a good question. You know, Donovan Stark and I have now been tied at the hip since that original show that we did. We converse regularly. I know what he's up to almost in his daily life. You know, I've offered the opportunity more than once. Excuse me. Too much smoke in the cab here tonight. I've offered the opportunity, and we will have a wait until you see it. When the Donovan Stark show happens, the world will know it. I believe peace on Earth will be possible. I believe all the wars around the world may stop. I believe all chocolate and guns will become one. God, that's a crazy thing to say, but if I did have one wish, that's what I would wish it to be. I'm somewhat crazy in that world. I would wish all guns to turn into chocolate. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Let's see you hurt yourself with chocolate. Oh, I probably could. All right, is it Choli time? No. You know, I have a sample on my other keyboard over here, and I thought about it, and because I said, no, I don't really have anything with Choli tonight. But if you could transfer the vibe of Mark Choli to Eric Martin based on what you just saw with Orion and glue it all together, and it's all fun. So we'll be continuing on to that. Tony Stouffer and I have so much more work together. I am a big archiver of Sonoma County and North Bay musical history, as you may see. That's why all these films even exist, because I took the time to do it and remaster and bring it back to you. So I'm pleased to bringing you so many good things here tonight, and I'm loving each and every one of you for being here. And I mean you, Rosanna, and Isis, and Aline, and Thala, and Nixa, and Bruna, and Aline, and Isis again, and Lady, there you are, Aladina. I appreciate you all. I really do. And chiming in my regular world. Feel free to message. How do you find me? How do you find your professor when you really need him the most? It's really easy. It's facebook.com/Tiny House Live. And that brings you directly to my profile page for Facebook, where I can answer any kind of questions you have, or help you on your spiritual guidance in life, or tell you what it's really like to try to buy oxygen to get it all the way up here to the Inspirational Space Station when the price of oxygen is so friggin' high. It doesn't matter right now. It doesn't matter right now because you're here with me, and I do call you lady, you know. But I've been you know, Ladina. I'm probably mispronouncing it, but at the same time, I don't know. I got you. Kiss from Argentina. You see, that's when I woke up this morning. I said, what is it that I really wanted the most out of today? And I thought it could be world peace. It could be a good roast beef sandwich. It could be a kiss from Argentina. A kiss from Argentina. I'll take it. I appreciate it. And I love it for it, Rosanna. That's a wonderful thing. I need that. You need spiritual guidance. We all need spiritual guidance, Aline. God knows we do, especially in these times. All right, you know what? I've got so much material to bring to you tonight. Rather, I'm hoping my perseverance and my tequila supply will last out. But I'm having so much fun tonight bringing this to you. So hang in there with me. I've got at least an hour. That's what I'm going to tell you. Tonight is an 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock show. Count on it. If you miss it out, by the way, you can always go back and see any of this in its on-demand feature there until I become actually legitimate on YouTube and can be considered as a YouTube presenter. In which case, I'll offer subscription models and all kinds of fancy things that I can give you, like T-shirts and merchandise and ads in the middle of our shows. You see what's going to cost me to become capitalistic here in this free world YouTube society that I belong to. Right now, nothing costs me a penny, kids, except all the gear in the world that I cost to buy all this to be able to do this to. That doesn't matter. I would be doing that anyway. I'm just saying, this is basically a media guerrilla warfare in my part of the world. All right, Danny Sorrentino, Gravity Hill. What? I've got a great Danny Sorrentino song that's going to close out this evening because he has what I consider to be the anthem of Katati. I'm going to leave that with you right there, Nixa. You'll see. Just hang in there. And is Mark Hawley on this? Does Mark Hawley live near? He's in Sonoma County. Yes, he is. Sonoma, I believe. And is Mark in this? Do I have something with Mark in this tonight? It seems like I do. We'll have to wait and see where Mark Hawley... Oh, no. He's actually in a Hangman's Daughter video that I was going to play, that I'll play on another installment of this kind of time machine show where I want to feature more rock-oriented stuff. Tonight, I'm kind of working on the dance mode. I can also do another mode that's going to be within the, we'll say, the Americana and bluegrass mode. That's another time machine episode I'm looking at. And, of course, I want to do a whole rock mode as well. These are all re-edits from the Redwood Cafe, and that's kind of what I'm looking at in the future. When, I tell you, half of doing a show like this is not the technical part that I'm doing right now. I got the little juggle down. I can have fun. Where am I? But at the same time, it's like it's aligning the guests in our. It's like herding cats. It's like trying to get everybody in the same time and space. And once they get here, they all walk out giggling like, I tried to tell you. I make you a nice meal. We entertain the world around us. You drop into my tiny house. You show off your talents. We have some great conversations. People learn about you. And you see, even Ladina right there says, Mark lives in Sonoma. I've never heard that before. I am your professor, although I may be a fake professor with a D.O.P.E. degree. And if anybody are wondering about that, that's actually a degree of personal experience to you. But it works for me in my tiny house world, and I hope it works for you. Thank you for being here. Every Wednesday, 8 o'clock to 9 p.m. plus. Clearly a plus tonight. Where are we moving next to, Professor? You got to get us out of this inspirational space station and show us another timepiece that you brought to us. Why am I always talking in the third party? I want to chill back and lay back a bit. Something inspires me more than like funk music. Really, it's just kind of a classic funk feel. And I worked a couple times now with the Marshall House project, and I really liked it because a 3-piece band doing funk. I thought that's pretty ballsy, and not only that, I liked the mix. Thank you, Bubba, and I liked all the camera stuff that I did that night. So it had everything good going for it. Sit back and kind of chill on this one a little bit. Now's a good time to maybe freshen up your glass. Do whatever it is you need to do to reset yourself. Enjoy the Marshall House project. We'll come right back and we'll reassess our reality and move on from there.
Baby, take a walk with me, and I promise I won't waste your time. Take your time to find yourself, but I won't accept anyone else. We act a fool when we're feeling funny. Good times with you never cost me money, no. Baby, take a walk with me, and I promise I won't waste your time. Baby, no, 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 no. Well, I won't waste your time, no. Oh, no, 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 no. I made a move on my guitar. Well, she says, I never saw it that way. The music is the first thing on my heart right now. Well, she says, ooh, I like the way that sounds. We dance all night till the break of dawn. You know my feet gave out, but my spirit went on, yeah, it went on and on and on and on and on. Well, baby, take a walk with me, and I promise I won't waste your time. Oh, no, no, no. Well, I won't waste your time, baby, no, 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 no. would you do for me? Now I clean with you all day long. Oh, and then now we can do dirty things. Sweet talk to you, baby. While the button your jeans. Baby, take a walk with me, and I promise I won't waste your time, baby. No, 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 no. I won't waste your time. Oh, no, no, no. I won't waste your time.
Yes, my friends, Marshall House Project. I love Marshall House Project. I really do. There's something so fun and simple about three-piece funk band. It's from a sound engineer perspective, I have a love. That's all I'm saying. Sam Hamby, by the way, on guitar. Yeah, Sam also works with, oh my God, my mind's going blank. Oh, it's terrible when I do that. I'll remember in a few minutes and I'll update you. Either way, a lot of good talent we're hearing tonight here, and I'm so glad to be able to dive into my files, re-edit a bunch of it, and bring it back for you. That's what I'm doing here tonight. Yes, my friends, we're hour and 15 minutes into this. My goodness. Apparently we do have a 2-hour show, because I've got a couple more things for you, and I'm going to trudge on. That's what I'm going to do, because I've got some really good things. And there's one of my I got to tell you this at least, because one of my favorite friends is coming in here, Spike Sykes. Now, Spikes has been in my house here a couple times. He's been here with Harry Gale and performed some great stuff. I've had him, of course, under the camera a bunch of times in a bunch of locations, including the Redwood Cafe. And that's what I'm going to do for you right now, is bring in a great performance I did with him, Spike Sykes and the Awesome Hotcakes, doing a song that I just really loved. I thought it was just such a cool, novel idea, and that's the song Flamingo Pink. And he loves to perform this. He loves to call me out on it. Evidently, I took the song and kind of redid it for him in here, gave him another musical version of what he originally left me with when we did a recording session in here. He loves it. I love him. Spike Sykes, the Awesome Hotcakes. Let me bring this up to you right here as we move on through our time machine, my friends, from the inspirational space station here, high above the hills of Petticoat tonight, way up there in in the stratosphere, one might say, and because of that, I have great reception from the past, not the future. I'm working on that element of it, but right now from the past, as you can see, my thrust capacitor starting to work. All right. Yes, great band coming up. You're going to love this. I've got a couple great things for you tonight as we continue on. But first of all, let me bring back to you Spike Sykes. Awesome hotcakes. You're going to love this. This is always good. Love you, Spike. He'll see this later if he's not already here.
Flamingo pain, her lemonade, flamingo pink. She give me your drink, take me right to the break. Flamingo pink, flamingo pink. When she's loving me, she turns my cheek. Flamingo pink. Favorite color, flamingo pink, and her motorcycle, flamingo pink, her pocket watch, flamingo pink. She tell me what time it is, no matter what I think, flamingo pink. Flamingo pink.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, we're finding our balance. Yes, we are, as we go back in time. And it's a wonderful thing, ain't it? Ain't it? All right, I'm glad you're enjoying the blast from the past tonight, coming to you high from the hills of, way above the hills of Pentecosta, in my inspirational space station tonight. Thanks for joining me way up here as we circle the planet Earth, looking down on, tonight, some of the things from the past. As I tell you, I can actually mess with the space-time continuum once I'm actually up here in space, and I've chosen to look backwards in time 2 years or so to roughly, we'll say, covering the year 2019 before we got shut down by the dreaded COVID. Which stopped all life as we know it and drove us all indoors, underground, like me, where I spent 2 years working on my tiny house live efforts. They finally let me out of here. And when they let me out of here, they gave me a job at Oliver's Markets, where I'm glad to help you find anything you need during the day on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. That's when you'll find me working there, gladly working in that department. That's my entire update on my life right there. I'm glad to be working a real job. I'm getting a real paycheck. It's exactly what I needed after the COVID existence. It afforded me the lifestyle to be able to afford to be able to do this for you on Wednesday nights. I will be here for you. I'm enjoying doing this process. It's one of the reasons I've even gone this way in my life, is to be able to continue this effort. So if I haven't asked you already, if you'll look down there and see where it says subscribe to ViralMediaArt, please do. Every time you do that, and actually while you're doing that, select the notification bell and select it to all. And know that you should do this with lots of good stuff. I belong to so many communities around the world, whether it's people living in their vans, or whether it's people on narrow boats in the English canals. I subscribe to these channels and I select the notification bell to all. And every time they come out, it's such a wonderful little thing in my life to know what's going on in their world. And it's exactly the same here in Tiny House Live. It's a wonderful little world, and it's pretty crazy in here. Things happen, and right now I'm doing, of course, obviously a lot of shows myself as I start off my season 8. But I do have some people I'm bringing in I'm really looking forward to. One of them is a return visitor for his third visit. Yes, it might be his third visit. And the other is a first timer in here in Tiny House Live. So I'm really looking forward to bringing them into my world. And I'll say them by starting off with Dan Durkin, who's going to be here on Wednesday, June 8th. Right here, and June 8th is a wonderful Wednesday night right here, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Plus. I say that because it allows me the option to just go on like we're doing tonight until roughly 10. And Dan's great. Dan's been here 2 times before. We have some pre-recorded stuff. We have some. Evidently, he's surprising me with some things. Usually, he comes in, he plugs in, he sings me some songs. Not so much this time. I like my guests when they come in to show me what they want to show me, not just perform like some sort of monkey. My goodness. I want them to show me what they want to share. And in this case, this next June, what did I say, the 8th? Dan's going to come in. We've got some videos we're going to play back, and I'm sure they're going to be fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing it. So for me, it's one of those wonderful shows where I get to listen to and learn something from. Dan Durkin right here, June 8th, Wednesday, 8 p.m., Tiny House Live, just like that. And where are you going? Where are you going, Diane? What? All right. Let's all say goodnight to Diane. And I love it when people enter and say hello and exit and say goodbye. To me, there's some closure in that, Diane. So know that we all feel good about actually at this point you leaving, and it's okay. It's fine. Know that you can always see all of this back on. And where are we right now in our timing? Where we are at 1 hour, 27 minutes, and 18 seconds. You can always pick up tomorrow from where you left off. You see how accurate my timing works. Who else is leaving? I don't blame you, Thale. You got to go to work. Good night. All right. Clearly, we're hanging on to the locals now, because the people who actually woke up in the early mornings to watch our show from everywhere, from Rio to Rome and Brazil and back again, are all going off to earn a legitimate paycheck, which they need to be able to pay for their internet. just like me, so we can watch shows like this and participate. So I love you all. Thank you for being here. I'm not done yet. The rest of you hang on. I'm good for a half hour at least. So I laid out my course and my path. I told myself this is what I'm doing tonight. I've advertised this is what I'm doing tonight. You're with me for the long haul. If you miss any of it, know that you can always catch back. We're about an hour and a half into a 2-hour show. And I love each and every one of you for being here and participating and sharing me and bringing me into your own worlds. You're into your own worlds, Eric's She-Devils and Isis and really all my friends out there who've connected with me so warmly and sharingly. And I got to say, just honestly, which is really what I'm looking for in life, at your professor here. And once again, it's facebook.com/tinyhouselive. Brings me to your professor. All right. I sound like I'm ending a show, but I'm not. Oh, no, I'm not. We're in for the long haul. I'm bound and determined to finish out what I said I would do. I've got nowhere to go from here but bed, and I'm not ready for that at 9:30, so it ain't going to happen. All right, you ready? Where are we going here, Professor? We're heading off into... Oh, my friends. Oh, that's right. Levi Lloyd. I've spent so much time working with Levi Lloyd. I love Levi. Levi's got some great band members around him, and he has things like the Levi Lloyd and Friends, and his different camps he does, and the things he's doing also, of course, at the Reel and Brand, which is an amazing thing. And so I want to play a little track of his for that from the Redwood Cafe, but relates directly with Levi Lloyd and my affection for the man and what he does with the great players he does when he brings in what he does. And so I want to play a little, which one did I choose? It doesn't matter. It's really one of my favorites from Levi at the Redwood Cafe. And enjoy it. We'll come back. We've only got a couple more here with you, but I'm bound and determined to finish this out. I really am. I truly am. It's my mission in life to bring you quality entertainment as often as I can.
Across my folding bed. You should have never said you love me when you laid across my folding bed. You was drinking that white lightning, baby, talking all out of your head. You said all day, hey baby, that's all right with me. You said, daddy, 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 that's all right with me. Girl, you can have my juice and loving. Don't you throw it in the deep blue sea. Mr. David Schrader, y'all.
Bob McBain on the keyboards over there. Lacey on keyboards over there, and vocals. Get ready for this. Rob Watson on bass. On drums, y'all. name is Levi Lloyd, and these are my friends, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming out tonight. We sure appreciate you, and spread the word. Levi Lloyd and friends is hanging out. We'll be around, and as I said, we're going to have Levi's Workshop coming back up next year. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you survived the fire and everything, y'all. Much blessings and best wishes to all you and all your families and everything. And thank you, Bubba. Thank you, Mr. Teaford. All right. I'd like to thank the staff in here. We hope to see you guys back again soon. And as they say in Swahili, bye.
Shows you how improvisational I can be in my tiny house. Yes, we're going to close out tonight with a well, actually, it's what I planned on closing out with. I've just realized my show is building on longer than I wanted it to be, and at the same time, I've got enough for 3 or 4 shows. So why try to cram it all into one place at one time when we can do this again? Right, Nixa? I love Levi too. I really do, and he's amazing. On a personal level, we see each other all the time, so he's a great guy. But I am going to close out tonight with a great piece by the Pulsators and with Danny Sorrentino, because this is what I want to do anyway. If downtown Katati, if Katati had an anthem, it would be this. Danny Sorrentino, thank you for writing this song. For me, somebody who spent a lot of time in production and engineering and producing shows at the end of the beginning, it means a lot to have it recognized as a time and space, and that's really all this is a way to be able to give a nod to what we did. And the beginning has had so many interesting lives, from Mark Bronstein through other eras, through my closing era, really. I mean, I closed it out with the last 3 years. And then it went off to be a pizza place and who knows what. And it's released right now. Talk to me. But I will tell you that I have a love and affection for the town of Katati. Why I spent so much time at the Redwood Cafe, diving into doing videos for bands like this. And I have a wealth of information from those shows. If you like actually to contact me about getting a copy of anything not only we've shown tonight, but so much from the archive that I have from the Redwood Cafe, you're more than welcome to contact me at facebook.com / actually it's /, isn't it? I always say / Tiny House Live, and that gets you directly to me, the professor, and I can give you the entire show, and we'll figure it out. And you can own it, because it's history, my friends, and that's what we're doing here tonight, and that's what I'm doing in here in general, after being your sound engineer guy for so friggin' long in this county. And so on that basis, I want to play something to close out our night, and it was from the same way we started the show with the Pulsators. It was a show that happened with when Johnny decided he wanted to have somebody else with them on a New Year's Eve. And I think actually we'd already arranged through some of the bookings already at the Redwood Cafe to have Danny Sorrentino on the list. Either it worked out that they both did it, and you will see a lot of hippies spinning. It's almost like you worked that right in there, didn't you, Nixon? Yes, you will see hippie spinning. And honestly, for me, it's the anthem of Katati. And for me, Katati is the center of the universe for the creative input in Sonoma County. Always has been, always will be. And I'm waiting for the rebirth of the end of the beginning as we speak. And I guess I'm waiting for the rebirth of the Redwood Cafe as I'm speaking. Either way, best I can do here tonight is show you some of the glimpses of amazing things we've done in the past, invite you into the past, invite you to be invested in the future of live music in Sonoma County. Support it if, where, and when you can find it. And we'll hopefully build something more together. For me, at this point in my life, I'm spending a good amount of time working a day job, part-time, and it's giving me the financial stability to be able to balance my life here with you here in Tiny House Live and balance out those bills that follow us through our life and giving me some great options, and I'm totally happy about it. And so that being said, I'm on a good course and path. I hope each and every one of you, if you haven't already subscribed to my Tiny House Live show page here on Viral Media Art, please do so when we end the show, if not now. And remember to select that notification bell and set it to all so you know when we go live, which is basically every Wednesday at 8 o'clock, 8 to 9 p.m., something like that. And that's kind of it. I miss Kelly Shannon. Sometimes I just glance over at the chain of thoughts coming in. I miss Kelly Shannon. Where's Kelly tonight? I miss Kelly Shannon too. You know, I have hopes of having lunch or dinner with Kelly at some point. We've talked about this. So she actually helped me by starting a page that when I needed it the most with a GoFundMe, and I owe her greatly for the friendship in there. Anyway, that being said, I'm going to close out tonight. Yes, because it's got to end at some point. I was aiming for 2 hours at the very most. If I continue the way I'm going, I'm going on too long, and I've probably gone on already too long. But know what this, you can watch this anytime back on my Tiny House Live page, right here on Viral Media Art. Subscribe, join, select the bell, set the bell to all. And look down there, and you'll see, by the way, if you haven't seen all the Eric Martin moments at the bottom of the page, that's worth chiming in right there, because there's at least 3 full shows with the Stark Raving Mad and Eric Martin's Off-White Christmas we did, and just some fun things that Eric and I have done here together. Well worth your watching, all almost 2-hour shows. So if you haven't got enough of your EM yet, you can get it over there on my Viral Media Art YouTube channel. Subscribe and go there and just laugh your arse off. Fun stuff. All right. I love each and every one of you for being here tonight. I'm going to bring this out. I'm going to play it. I'm going to come back. I wish you all well after it. But for a moment, this is what I would close out with. This makes totally sense to me. It really does. And I guess when I play it back, it'll make sense to me later on too. But and as far as some other things I'm planning on playing, I need to do another version of my Time Machine 2. So I'll do that. You know, I've got a lot of material that I've got recorded from the Redwood Cafe and around the Bay Area in general that makes sense. So that being said, we'll play this. I'll be right back, and we'll take it from there. And I love each and every one of you for being here with me tonight. Don't you know it? Don't you know it? Don't you know it? Don't you know it?
Let me tell you about a place. It ain't there today where great crickets used to play. Yeah, once upon a time, a guy named Mark Bronstein, he had a groovy little scene in Katati, CA. The bands that play to blow your mind. You know, I saw Neil Young, I saw Van Morrison, Billy C. follow the Bronze Hog and Buddy Guy. And every time they came to town, I saw the big stone ground. I tell you right now, the music will get you high. And you'd see hippies spinning at the end of the beginning most every night. I knew if I could only get in at the end of the beginning, everything would be all right. All right, Doug. Guitar, didn't think I'd get too far when me and my buddy Rick got in the Page Street band. If you were lucky, you could be one of the bands that play for free on Wednesday night. Man, that was the end of my plan. Now many years have gone by, I can't believe that I have walked this road, yeah, till the very end. And it feels kind of strange, and it's hard to explain, knowing those days will never be back again. When you'd see hippies spinning at the end of the beginning, most every night, if I could only get in at the end of the beginning, everything would be alright. One more time. You know you'd see hippies spinning at the end of the beginning, most every night. I knew if I could only get in at the end of the beginning, everything would be alright. Right, Andre?
Danny Sorrentino.
Danny Sorrentino right there with the Pulsators. Amazing, amazing collaboration on a purely improvisational one-off night at the Redwood Cafe. I'm so glad to get that under the lenses and be able to remember that. So many people. Yes, thank you, Nixa, for going through it and listing out some of these people. For me, it's hard for me to do it in the moment. So I will say that John Ferraris on keys, Danny Sorrentino, of course, on guitar, and songwriter. Amazing song. I love it. And Doug McKenzie on electric guitar, Johnny Campbell, of course, on drums. And amazing stuff. Glenn was also on trumpet, and Rick was on sax. So, a lot of these stuff we saw tonight was such a collaboration of what I just kind of lump into Sonoma County talent, man. We've been surrounded by so many people who've done so many wonderful things in this county as far as live entertainment. And I'm showing you some of it tonight in hopes that you'll understand where we're coming from in this community. And at the same time, the possibilities that exist for future collaborations, as I'm always looking for here in my tiny house. I'm out there running, now that I'm actually working more of a job out there in the public, I'm actually being exposed to more people. And I love humanity, but it's people I don't always understand. But at the same time, it's given me the opportunity to meet more people. And I've had a couple of people recently that might be really fun to bring in here and experiment with. So know that I'm always working on something to bring in here. But what I will tell you, and once again, before we go here tonight, because that was such a wonderful, lovely way to end the night with that anthem that I consider a Sonoma County, a Cotati anthem. Thank you, Danny Sorrentino, and the Pulsators and everybody around putting that together at the Redwood Cafe. I was privileged to be there that night to be able to record that, and I'm so glad to have that, to be able to bring it back and show you, because it's really important. I guess I could go back and say good night to each of you, every one of you. Gary, I'm glad you're here tonight. Thanks so much. We're going to be able to watch this, rewatch it anytime you want to at my ViralMediaArt YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Please select the notification bell, set it to all. And enjoy a lot of things that have happened in this place in the last, I'm going on 8 seasons now, episode 2. Once again, my next episode, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's very possible that I may not be doing a show next Wednesday. I'm actually considering taking a camping trip. So unless I figure some clever way to broadcast Tiny House Live from a camping spot in the Humboldt County Redwoods, I wonder if that's possible. If it is, I'll do it. But I'm actually considering not doing a show next Wednesday. I'll announce that later if it's actually possible. I don't know. I toy with this idea myself. I do need a vacation, and camping sounds like a wonderful thing to do right about now in my life before I go back to work in the grocery department, helping with you. Yes, ma'am. And what can I help you find? And where are we going next? What do you need? All right. I guess I've said what I needed to say. I've belated my appreciation for you joining me here tonight in my Tiny House Live. A 2-hour show is a lot to handle, and thank you for sticking with me through this entire event. You're an amazing group of people. I'm so glad you enjoy what we're doing here tonight as a community. That's really what we're trying to do here. I mean, I like to think of the Tiny House as a little place that's a little too small for anything really too big politically, and there are no viruses allowed in outer space. We already know that. And as long as you're up here in space with me in my inspirational space station, you're perfectly safe. I promise I'll beam you back. And that being said, you'll be safe. Are we going? Oh, I guess we are going. All right. I guess I've set my time control ready for you. All right.
You are getting messages from outer space.
I know, and you've been getting it right here from Tiny House Live, high above the hills of Petticoat tonight from the Inspirational Space Station. Wishing you a wonderful good night and a thankful thanks for joining me tonight in this crazy, almost a 2-hour show. So, featuring Sonoma County talent. That's really what I'm going to say. Thank you, Bruna. Thank you, Nixia. Thank you, Isis. Thank you, Mackenzie. As I go down my list, Gary Chateau, of course, thank you, my brother. Feel free to share this out. This needs to reach a wider audience. People need to go, oh, that's Sonoma County. That's cool. We need to send this out. So if you can take this little thing and link it up and send it to some group you know, or some friends you know, or somebody who would appreciate it. There's lots of friends around the world right now who are joining us from around the world. They've already got tired, gone to bed, or gone to work. Best of powers to you. I appreciate each and every one of you for watching me here tonight. Tiny House Live. Maybe not next Wednesday. I'll be letting you know after the weekend here when I figure out what I'm doing. But I will tell you that on June 6th, I will have Dan Durkin here, who is the lead singer, of course, with Petty Theft, and an amazing person in my tiny house. We have a lot of fun together, and we'll continue on doing that as we always do it here. And a special event for me, really a special evening with Sean Allen for me on June 15th, which is going to be really, really fun because Sean's an amazing guitarist. I mean, he's one of the most highly sought after North Bay guitarists when it comes to Telecaster and all the cool stuff, and he's going to be in here, and we're just going to, and I don't know him all that well personally, so that makes it really interesting for me, knowing that we're going to be able to have conversations and learn something about each other. So yeah, that's a really good thing. Enjoy us next Wednesday right here. Did I just say that? No, possibly the 6th, the 8th, and the 15th. Oh my goodness, my friends! Thank you so much for joining me. Clearly, Professor needs to check out and turn himself in for the evening. I put a lot of work into the show. I'm glad you appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you, and we'll be doing much more things like this in the future. Of course, we will. Why wouldn't we? It's Tiny House Live. Tiny House Live. Tiny House Live.